I don't know if people know this, but Dorabuchi, I heard Don Jazzy playing that in the hotel when we were in Dubai for my wedding. And I didn't want to tell him, but I thought it was such a crap song. And he was playing it over and over again, but I had no idea that he was producing it for the Maven as a collective. And so after the wedding, he had asked me when I was going to come back, and I need to come back. And I was like, no, I think we're supposed to go on our honeymoon. He's like, there's one record, you have to come back to Nigeria. So then I got back to Nigeria and I got to the studio and I heard the song that I heard him play in Dubai. I was flabbergasted. I was so angry, like, I don't know, because this had happened with Eminado too, and I did not like it. So I was the last person to record my verse because I was just looking at everybody in the studio like, do you guys like this, really? So everybody had recorded it, and then I was just the last person to record it. And literally, we all know what happened to Dorabuchi. She was like, I don't know what Don Jazzy does, but yeah, I heard it, and I didn't want to tell him how I was like, man, I was like, is it Ricardo he's doing this song for? Is it Kuride or is it DJ? I was just thinking, yeah. Like, these people don't know. Not knowing that I was going to be on the song as well. And it turned out to be a phenomenon. So shout out, as always, to Don Jazzy. Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Tiwa Savage, and I am here to break down some of my songs on my new album. This one is personal, on NotJustVerses. My inspiration for each project is always different. This one in particular, I would say, like, my core fans will know that I've loved R&B. Like, that's been, I would say, even my first love. Like, when I got into music, when I was about 14, 15, I, listened to Brandy, Mary J. Blige, SWV. Like, that's how I really fell in love with music. So I've always dabbled in mixing R&B and Afrobeats throughout my career, even with my very first single, Kele Kele Love. So I think this time I wanted to really do it with my full chest. I really wanted to go back to that first love, and I've been wanting to do it for a long time. I feel like I just got to the point where I was very confident in myself, and I built such a strong catalog of Afrobeat records over 10 years. I know that I can still do a show and still kill it with all of my hits. I wanted to do something that I'd wanted to do for a long time, and that was doing something that was very vulnerable. The song 10%, we started it in a hotel with Cracker and a few writers. I should really know their name, but shout out to you guys. I do love you guys, and thank you for an amazing record. We were in a hotel, we'd done another record, and then, we started 10%. And literally my phone was on 10%. And I think I've said this story before. I got a text message from and I left the session. You know what? I'm actually thinking now that when Cracker sees this, he's going to know why I ended the session really early. Because that way he gets so mad. But that was it. We started it in a hotel. And then when I got to Nashville, I re-recorded it. And I changed a lot of things because it was quite explicit. The very first version of 10% it would have been too much. So I had to tone it down a little bit. But it's a real life experience. My phone is always, almost dying. I never charge it. And my phone was on 10% when I got the call. And another interesting thing about this record is it has live instruments. So live horns, live guitar, live bass, live organ. And we recorded. And we did the final recording in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm on my way with my phone on 10%. Phone on 10%. I'm on my way with my phone on 10%. Phone on 10%. Straight to the point. Yeah, I was in the studio. I was working on the album. I got a call from someone I just started speaking to, and he told me to come over. And I was like, man, I'm in the studio. I'm recording. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to be a savage. And I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. How do I feel being one of the pioneers of the movement of Afrobeat to the world? Obviously, I feel very blessed, honored. It's not something I take lightly or for granted. I also feel like there's a responsibility as well to always represent Africa in the right way, to tell our own story, and just to continue to grow the genre. A lot of people, I would say like about 7-8 years ago, would say, the genre is only going to be popular for a short time. I don't think a lot of people didn't expect it to be this popular for this long. And it's still the fastest growing genre in the world. So I'm just happy that I'm still here, still part of the story, and that the story is getting bigger every day. Yeah, I feel like as a female, being in this for over 10 years, again, it's an honor to have other females look up to me or, you know, say that I inspired them. I was literally just a girl pursuing my dreams, and obviously my story has inspired other people, especially females, not just in music as well, in all walks of life. You know, I have people that, you know, want to sell hair, and they say that my story of resilience has kind of like inspired them. And I hope that I continue to do that in everything I do, like just continuing to grow, continuing to, you know, just be here every day and being present, showing up. And I think that in itself will continue to inspire women, especially women in Africa. Holding It Down was one of the last records that I recorded. This project was like done over the span of 2 years. I was in London, but I knew there was still something missing. I wanted R&B, but I wanted like early 2000 R&B, Donnell Jones type of R&B. And I called AOD, who's a producer, who also, and my show was a co-producer as well. And we were in the studio and they started working on this beat, and I instantly fell in love with it because it just sounds so sexy. And again, I wanted to make sure that every single song on this album represented an experience that I went through. I didn't want it to be like make-believe or something that had not happened to me. So Holding It Down was another situation where I was in, but I wasn't sure if I was ready for like a full-on like commitment. But I was ready to like tell the guy that I'm here to hold it down. Like, not doing this for entertainment, I'm holding it down. Way you talk to me, you like the way it is, yeah. I see your thoughts intruding you. Holding it down. I'm not doing this for entertainment. I'm not doing this for nothing. I'm here to hold it down, basically. The idea behind the cover of the new project, there's two main ideas. Like me just sitting on top of layers of mattresses and me coming up on top of that is me conquering the many challenges that I faced in the industry and in life, period. Also, there's a story called The Princess and the Pea, and it's a great story. It's a fairy tale. Basically, the princess has to sleep on top of mattresses and there's a little pea underneath it. Now, true royalty, if you're true royalty, you won't be able to sleep well because the pea would kind of like disrupt your sleep. And so that's me also kind of like playing double entendre to that, meaning that I am royalty in my own right. Ooh, memorable features. There's a lot of iconic ones. I don't know. Maybe Galileo. Galileo was quite iconic. Like Ricardo Banks is still, when I perform, No Wahala too. That verse was hard. The narrative of women not supporting each other in the music industry, I don't think that's a fair narrative, because I'm just going to ask the question. How many of those songs have you guys really supported to encourage us to do more? That's what I'm going to ask. You For Me was one of the first records, one of the first ones that we did. We started it in Malibu. I always love sampling. I love when I hear like an old record sampled into a new one, especially when it's done right. The original song, Into You by Tamir and Fabulous, is one of my all-time favorite R&B records. If you're really into R&B, if you're an R&B head, you know that most people love that record. So I also didn't want to do something where people would be like, maybe we should have just left the original. So when we sampled it, we did it in a very tasteful way where I didn't want to change too much of the sample, where people wouldn't recognize it. And I also wanted you to have this nostalgic feeling when you hear it. So You For Me was that for me on the album. And it's like a cool summer record, or when you're going on holiday, or when you're getting ready. Like, I have a lot of other songs on the album that are very deep, very emotional, like songs about heartbreak. But You For Me is one of those like more light records where, you just feel good listening to it. Sing Mariqua, just like magic, drive me loco, automatic, so electric, Roboto. Oh, you give me such an essence, I can hack it, so spiritual, fresh out the package, oh, I wrap like bandage on you, it's only you for me. Like I said, You For Me is self-explanatory. You for me for you. I'm literally like a very loyal person, a very like a creature of habit. So if I'm down with someone, I'm very loyal to that person. And You For Me is like, I'm down for you. I'm here for you. Like, if you're here for me, we're here for each other. Very fun record. I think the major part of the record is the sample. You know, hearing the sample will automatically put you in that R&B era, and that's really, really what I wanted to achieve with it. Unreleased song that I feel like the world is not ready for. I don't know. Does anyone really have that? Why would you be holding it if you have one banger?
With clearing issues, it could be anything.
Oh, no. I've been blessed. I've never had any clearing issues or even features. I've never had any issues with that. So yeah, and I wouldn't, no. So I don't, But I know that the best is still yet to come, for sure. Where is my favorite place to be on earth and why? Anywhere where my son is my favorite place. If he's there with me, I'm okay. Going forward, I don't know what you guys are going to see. I might do K-pop. I might do rock. I might give you rap. I'm always going to be in my R&B bag. Always. I don't know what I'm going to feel like in the next project. I couldn't tell you. I gave a little bit of my rap in Odumodu's 100 Million. So yeah, I just gave a little taster. Hey, what's up? I'm still here. It's Tiwa Savage, and you've just watched me breaking down some of my songs on NotJustVerses. Make sure you like, subscribe, and watch.